All right, what's up, guys? We're going live. Going to try and show off some new products. Give us a minute or two to let some people jump in here. What's up? What's up? Showing off a couple new prototypes today. Let's give it a couple minutes to let some people jump in here. If you would, share this around. Give us that thumbs up. Like and subscribe, all that cool stuff. Yeah, we're showing off the Z-8 you see here on the left and the Nightshade 8 here on the right. Actually, I need to do something real quick. I got a mock-up dust cap I like to throw on here for just for pictures. It is not a production dust cap. So yeah, we're gonna give it a couple minutes, let y'all check out the subs here. Hopefully get some people in. I'm gonna try and share this link around real quick. So if you have any questions, throw them up here on the screen. I'll try and answer some questions while we're waiting on a few more people to jump in. Oh yeah, these are two of the biggest, baddest 8s on the market, no doubt. I'm very confident. All right. So it depends if you're talking X Max, X Mech, and what level they're measuring at. I'll definitely argue. I think the NS-8 here on the right could potentially have the highest X Mech. I'm not aware of some out there that's got a rated X Max of 65 millimeters. Nothing within a reason. No, you're going to see these are not with a super high FS. There are some specs already pulled. I believe Jake shared them online. I don't know if it was on the Sundown page or his personal page. I will get a hold of those at a later date and share on the Sundown unofficial stuff. Right now, I'm just sharing the link around on some different social media. So we haven't dialed in box specs yet. So the Z-8 is still a prototype. And a Frankenstein one at that. Here, I'm getting my chats up on my screen so I can watch them as y'all go. Let me set this over to the side real quick. All right, we got 64 people in. I'll just re-explain a few things. More people are jumping in. So we have the Z-8 here on the left, the NS-8 here on the right. We're going to be powering them today by a beautiful SAZ 1500D Anniversary Edition. Guys, these things are on sale right now at a stupid price. You can get them off Amazon on Prime for $279.95. You can also get them at Big Jeff online. He's got them up there for the same price at $279.95. Stupid deal for this amp. I've been doing some amp dyno videos this week. We'll start releasing them slowly. I believe Tuesday, on Amp Test Tuesday, we're going to do a full amp dyno of it. But I'll be releasing some shorts and some reels, post them on the TikTok, the Facebook reels. So if you don't follow us, check out Sundown Unofficial on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram, obviously here on YouTube. Yeah, we're going to start releasing some shorts, doing some short testing of amps and different things. Yeah, full amp dyno vid coming Tuesday on that beautiful amplifier. Just know we got way more than 1,500 watts out of it. It is a near identical reproduction of the original SAZ 1500 that Sundown already came out with over 15 years ago now. Well, last year had been 15 years. So to give you all some looks here up close of the Z-8 here on the left and the NS-8 here on the right. Also, shameless plug, get your Sundown hub and only Sundown audio decals, as well as like that America decal you see back there. You can get them right now on sundownunofficial.com sundownunofficial.com. As well as we got some Sundown unofficial decals, some tees, some different types of merch. Now, back to the subwoofers. Z-8 here on the left, NS-8 on the right. These are not production subwoofers yet. These are just prototypes. And we always try and share some of the different R&D prototype stuff we do. So I'm going to share this up close and personal. Almost none of this is production parts. The motor might see some little changes. The frame's probably going to stay the same, maybe some minor changes. This is not a production cone, spider, coil. A lot of Frankenstein work, as you can see here. So we have a little adapter ring to get a standard 8-inch cone on there. Trimmed down an SA10 spider. Throw some other specs in here. This is running a 2.75-inch coil. The NS-8 is running a 3-inch coil. This is also a big 3-inch coil spider. It's been cut down. This is a Mega W style cone and surround. This will not be production. It was just something we did when we first made this NS-V5 motored 8 a year or so ago. I forget actually how long ago we made this prototype. So none of this will look fully production, but this is just to give you a kind of a rough example of what they will look like when they come out. So Z-8 here on the left. Again, Frankenstein parts, 8-inch cone, adapter for the surround landing, cut down a 10-inch spider, or an SA10 spider, got that 2.75-inch coil. So it's got a good size coil for being an 8-inch sub, 3-inch coil on that NS-8. If you can't tell how big of a monster these things are, let's put some in here for a comparison. Let's make a little bit of room. This is an E8. So I'll throw that in there. Let y'all get a size comparison. Let me tilt this down just a hair. So an E8 is something about a standard type of 8-inch subwoofer you're going to expect to buy. You see the size of it versus these big monsters here. So if you didn't kind of understand how big the Z-8 and the NS-8 is, this will give you a pretty good example. So I'll let y'all check that out. We'll do some measurements for y'all. Mounting depth. So we're looking about 9 3/8 here on the Z-8. About a good 11 inches mounting depth here on the NS-8. Now this is an NS-8 with an NS-V5 motor. Confirmed obviously the NS-V5s are old. We're on an NS-V6 now. We'll be doing an original motor just for the NS-8. So it won't be just like this. It'll be getting its own motor just for it. By comparison though, we're only looking at about a 5-inch mounting depth here on the E8. So you can see just how big these monster subwoofers are. All right, I'll try and answer some questions real quick. Let me run through them. Bear with me, guys. Yeah, in my opinion, when these things hit the market, they will be the biggest, baddest 8s that will be available. Period. All right. Let me back it out a little bit here so y'all can see me as I try and answer some questions for y'all. All right, we got somebody asking other questions. That's cool. I'm running an SFB3K at 16 volt. Is that safe? I don't recommend it. For pretty much anything that Sundown makes right now, I try and tell you to stay below 15 volts, aka 14.9 volts or less. That's on pretty much any of our amplifiers, including SFBs. Can SFBs run higher than that? Yes, they can. You can run one at 16 volts, but I'm not going to recommend it. Super high FS, clients that no. You'll see very shortly here. I don't have a box build for these. These are oversized frames. Like we're going to do some enclosures next. That testing will come later. Get some boxes built so you can check them out. None of the current 8-inch test boxes here we have will hold either of these 8s. So that'll be coming soon. But I think when I get to play them free or here and tow them for y'all, you'll see there's not a super high FS for these. How much box space does they need? I'm estimating a good 1 cubic feet of ported volume. Potentially more. We're going to figure that out. So one of the things I do as part of the R&D and all the subwoofers here, when we come out with something brand new, we'll do some calculations, but I'll also build enclosures. So I'll probably build a 1 cube, a 1 1/4 cube, a 1 1/2 cube enclosure, tested in all of those for the Z-8 and the NS-8 when it comes available. And we'll dial in which one we feel is a good fit and to get a good spectrum there of, how do I explain it? A good bandwidth of what the typical customer would want to hear. So next up. have you tried to put a Sundown Power Sports soundbar on a four-wheeler? I have not. I don't have any audio on my four-wheeler yet, only on my side-by-side. My side-by-side, I run Vex 8s. There's some videos up here on the channel. Check that out. It's fairly loud for especially, I went back to only having 4.8s on it right now. I've had as many as 8 of our 8-inch pods on there at one point in time. But no, I haven't done a soundbar. Soundbar is really cool. Matter of fact, since you're asking about it, and I'm answering random questions, I've got one right here. So we'll do a quick, try and show this off. So here is the Sundown Audio soundbar. It is extruded aluminum. It is very heavy. It is also solid. It is fully dust resistant, water resistant. Sounds awesome, in my opinion. You've got controls here. There will be an optional remote control coming later. It is hardwired, has all kinds of input on it. Really cool brackets. I'm not gonna go through all the time showing you all the cool brackets and styles that we do, but you can basically run Bluetooth. You can run a USB in, 3.5 millimeter in. Anything you can imagine you can do with this soundbar. You can also daisy chain them. So there's your look at the Sundown soundbar. Let's see, what question's next? Good God, what the heck are those beasts? Yeah, so you got the Z-8 and the NS-8. For anybody new jumping in the chat, I see we're up to 115 people here. So yeah, Z-8, NS-8 compared to an E8. Just to give an example of how big these two monsters are. We've been sharing some pictures lately, and I don't know if people have really caught from the pictures how big of an 8-inch subwoofer these things are. Yep, 11 inches depth. Let's see. Oh, me and my team prototype. Okay, so you got a prototype. You're claiming 65 millimeters of X-Max. I mean, cool. Hell, shoot me some videos of it. I'd love to see it. We've been coming out with these 8s for a while. Obviously, the NSV-5.8 we built a long time ago. We're on NSV-6 now. NSV-5 sold out pretty much last year. But yeah, we built this prototype a long time ago. Been showing it off here and there. Availability is still going to be a while. Neither one of these is production yet. They're still in prototyping phase, but we like to share a lot of the R&D, a lot of different prototypes we do. So no pricing yet, no ETA on availability, nothing like that. So that looks like that catches me up on some questions. So I guess let's go ahead and hook something up and play it. What do you think about that? Let me get this out of the way. Which one do y'all want to see first? Let me know in the comments. You want me to hook up the Z-8 or the NS-8? Which one first? And guys, don't forget, click that thumbs up button for me. Just throw me a quick like on there. Make sure we know that y'all appreciate what we're doing. So yeah, looking at the comments, it definitely looks like the Z-8 is gonna win. So we'll go for that one first. All right, guys, let's slide this one out the way. And yeah, we're up to 122 people. So right before I hook up the Z-8, we'll change the camera angle a little bit more, give y'all a top view of these again. So here we have the Frankenstein prototype Z-8 subwoofer. And the also kind of Frankenstein hodgepodge together parts prototype NS-8 built off an NSV-5 motor. This has the Mega W style surround. This will not be a production surround. As same as this. Almost none of these parts will be full production except for the coil. I believe it is about as close to production coil as we could use in there. It's a 2.75 inch coil on that Z-8, 3 inch coil on the NS-8. So let me set this camera down. We're gonna hook it up. So since it looks like the Z-8 almost unanimously won the decision here which to play first. Normally when I do some of these tests, I go straight to 20 hertz. Y'all can really see it move and flex and see how much excursion it has. But I've been getting some guys complaining about that. So maybe we bump up the frequency a little bit on this test. All right, there we go. We're hooked up with those big 4-gauge terminals. Let's see, is that a good camera angle? I might adjust the camera angle a little bit for y'all. Oh, here we go. Let's lay it down so you can see it good. All right, there we go. Got it laying down, and I'm going to get this in just a little bit tighter for y'all. We'll go ahead and give you a look around the back of that Z-8. Let you see that booty on there. And then come right about here. I think that'll be a good angle right there. Let me know what y'all think. Is that a good angle to y'all? All right, so we got our head unit set. We'll flip our amp on. Oh, there we go. We got some noise. All right, we're just getting started. So we're currently playing 30 hertz. Yeah, it seemed like guys are complaining about me playing the 20 hertz tones all the time. So I said this time I'll bump it up. We'll play some 30 hertz. I've already done a video, a short video, handling this motor very well. That's something I'm gonna do about once a week. I'm just gonna try and do a quick little video, just touching and feeling some of the subwoofers, you know, to go along with the only Sundown hub theme. Man, I don't know if it's really coming across on camera. It almost doesn't seem like that thing's moving, and here it is, 30 hertz. I might try and zoom this camera in a little bit, guys. Bear with me a second while I change this tripod up. We're going to get it really up close and personal. I've got to adjust the tripod so I can get it really close. So I want y'all to really see how much this thing is moving. Just bear with me. I apologize for this. This was kind of a spur of the moment thing to jump in here and do a quick video. All right, let's see what we think of that. Yeah, it could have something to do with the frame rate, basically the FPS of the camera. Because I know from my view, it's moving pretty good. So I'll tell you what. All right, we're going to jump down to 20 hertz. So there you go. There's 20 hertz at low volume. And yeah, even from behind the screen, it looks like you can tell it's moving a lot more. See, the magnets get bigger, but not the excursion. So that the magnet, aka the motor, is essentially only one part of that equation. Obviously, you're going to need a motor that's deep enough to handle the type of excursion you're looking for, but you also need the matching soft parts and hardware, the frame and everything. Your frame's got to be capable, your spiders, obviously your cone and surround. So these are still prototypes. They're still in the works. Trying to keep up with questions and answer them as we go. So let's give it a little more throw there. There you go. I think you can really tell how much is moving from the side here. She's stroking. So let's try going back to 30 hertz now. Yeah, I definitely think 30 hertz is messing with the frames per second, where it's not showing up that well. Because it's only barely looking like a blur from behind the camera. I'll tell you what. Here is 40 hertz. Oh, getting a little mechanical noise there. Basically, I'm running a few tones off the DV drag disc, and I only have 20, 30, 40, and 50 available right now. And this is currently 40 hertz. We'll jump back to 20 hertz real quick. Nah, coil's still good to go. I know somebody's gonna think otherwise. Tell you what, let me set this down. So we're still going at 40 hertz right now at a pretty good excursion. Right there. I know I get a lot of arguments about using the thermal laser here. So we'll get up as close as we can. And there we are, showing 87 degrees on the dust cap, sitting here playing 40 hertz pretty good. We're gonna try and read it at the triple joint. So here at the former triple joint, yep, we're sitting about 90-ish degrees, 90.5. Yeah, I think it's all good. All right, let's jump back to 20 for you guys one last time. Let y'all get to really see it move while I answer a few more questions. Then we'll hook up that NS-8. Right at the point where we're getting a little mechanical noise in there. And again, keep in mind, guys, this is just a Frankenstein together prototype. This is not production, so we're going to have some issues like that until we get all the kinks worked out. Oh, jump to 30 hertz. All right, if you got any questions, post them up. I'm trying to answer them as I go. Hertz, stroking like a lonely boy on prom night. I like that. So as far as enclosure recommendations, my current thoughts are I'm going to start off with 1 cube when I start doing enclosure for this thing next week. We're going to start out with a 1 cubic foot ported enclosure, test that out, then I'm going to move up to a 1 1/4, 1 1/2, and we'll dial it in from there. But based on the specs we're seeing right now, I think a 1 cube port enclosure is going to work out really well for this Z-8. No, I won't be hooking it up to a wall socket yet. This is the only prototype in existence, so we're going to try and keep testing reasonable for now. Although I am pushing it pretty good mechanically at this point. You can see that surround starting to dimple right in here. This is 20 hertz again, getting it really moving good. Yeah, 30 hertz wasn't showing up good with the frame rate for some reason. Oh, that's a good question. My personal favorite Sundown sub, as of right now, is actually the U series subwoofers. U's are my favorite. Smashing the Lows is cool and all, but I'm a more traditional sound type of guy, and the U series is just a versatile sub. It's probably one of the most versatile subs that produced by Sundown at this moment. Handles great power. It can play low. Can also get it very loud and do well in SPL testing. It's good at doing everything. there's another good question. How much does it weigh? I'll tell you what, as soon as we stop this from playing, it'll only take me about 4 seconds to run grab a scale. We'll grab a scale and throw it on there, and we'll check out what they weigh. All right, what size cutout? So we'll go ahead and we'll pause this for a second. I'll run grab a scale, but before I do that, I'll stand this up. We'll do a measurement from the top for you. And then we'll switch over to that NS-8. Let y'all check that out too. So here we go. Let me readjust that camera in here. We'll get you a view from the top, and I'll take some top measurements. Bear with me just a second, guys. So these are oversized frames. We're calling them an 8, but they're closer to 9-ish inches. I'm predicting you're going to see about an 8-inch cutout diameter for these 8s. Similar to how we run an oversized frame for our Mega Roll 10s. All the Sundown tooled frame 10s are technically an 11. They run a 10-inch cutout. So throw your measurement from the top, going side to side. Here you go, trying to make sure y'all can see that good. Yeah, we're looking at 9 1/4 inches outer diameter on that frame, not counting the mounting ears. So it's going to be the same on the Z-8. These are the same frame. For anybody new in here, we did some depth measurements earlier. I'll do them again for y'all. So we're about, and I'm sinking into the foam a little bit more now. So we measured 9 3/8 earlier. They're sinking in my foam pad here, so I'm about 9 1/2 inches now. But it's 9 3/8 on that Z-8, and it's 11 inches mounting depth on that NS-8. I'm going to grab a scale. Give me 2 seconds. We'll throw them on a scale and see what they weigh. I'm trying my best to keep up with the questions as they're coming in. So if you have any, throw them on in there. Here we go. Our official fancy dancy certified U-line scale. And I am going to throw a little piece of foam down, because if not, the magnet will stick to it. So here we go, Z-8 first. Tell you what, go and make your predictions. What do you think the Z-8 here is going to weigh? Z-8 here on the left. We got the NS-8 here on the right. Make your predictions now. Throw them in them comments. What do you think they're going to weigh? Let's see them comments roll in. And we'll throw the Z-8 up there first. See what happens. Hold on, what? U.S. speakers made in the USA. This is a Chinese speaker. No, these were built right here. I'm literally located in North Carolina, and we built both of these right here in-house. Y'all just be making stuff up as you go, huh? Now, do we get parts in from overseas in different places? Sure. You almost have to. It's almost impossible to do business without bringing in parts from overseas. But no, we literally made these right here, made from using the laser to do the little adapter ring, to cutting the spiders, to gluing all this together. All the assembly, everything was done right here in Newton, North Carolina. And yes, we have other lines besides these that are meant obviously for the big boom, as I like to put it. We have other lines. I just had one earlier. I'll show it again real quick. So if you want something a little more calm, a little more tame, we have the E8. We'll throw it on the scale there for reference. So you can see it's coming in at about right between 13, 14 pounds. We'll round it up a little bit, call it 14 pounds. So if you're not quite looking for this level of subwoofer, we have something as simple as an E8, very inexpensive, very small in comparison to these other guys here. Still puts out great sound. It gets plenty loud. So, all right, your guesses are in. Is he just saying the same thing over and over again? Here we go. Let's go ahead and throw this Z8 up on the scale. See a lot of guesses in the 40s. I actually have not weighed this thing yet, so this will be a first for me. Let's make sure, yep. So it looks like we're currently in at, where are we going to go, 46, 47 pounds? So I see what's the RMS and mention the ETA. So these are still prototypes. We're still fine-tuning things, still adjusting a lot of stuff. There's no official ratings on them yet. But there's your Z8. All right, slow down. Let's go ahead to the NS-8. Throw it up there. Hopefully you took your guesses already. If not, make them real quick. See how close you are to the weight of this Nightshade 8-inch. Here we go. Yeah. Yep, so make sure it settles good. So looks like we're in about 54 pounds. 53, right between 53, 54, depending on what angle I'm looking at it. So that's a hefty girl right there. So we've seen the Z8, we've seen the weights, we've seen the measurements. I guess we'll play this Nightshade 8 a little bit, and then we might call it after that. So let me get this out the way. And one more time for comparison, I see we're up to 191 people here in the chat. So in case you missed it earlier, we'll do this again real quick. For anybody that doesn't realize just how massive these subwoofers are, these 8-inch subwoofers. I'm going to adjust the angle again for y'all. So here we go. Sundown Audio Z8 prototype there on the left. NS-8 prototype there on the right. Let me bring this camera down. Get y'all in a little better perspective. So there you go. So you can see just how massive these two beastly 8-inch subwoofers are. They are no joke, guys. And for an 8-inch, the E8's not a slouch. It's a pretty good 8-inch subwoofer itself. But it looks absolutely tiny compared to these other two bad boys. All right, let's go and move stuff out the way. Throw the Z8 to the side now that we played it. And let's hook up that Nightshade. Let me back this camera up just a little bit. Give me some room I can get in here and work. If you have any questions, I'm trying to watch the screen over here to see if I can answer some questions while I work. Did somebody say looks like something from Alibaba? You will not find this on Alibaba, guaranteed. And if you do, I'm gonna recommend don't buy it, but go ahead and waste your money and get scammed. Something from Alibaba. All right, give me a second to set this up. I like to put a little extra cushion underneath them just to make sure they can't go nowhere. I have had stuff roll around on the bench and move around on me before. Let's get some speaker wires hooked up here. Oh, and shameless plug again. Get your Sundown Audio decals, the only Sundown Audio and the Sundown Hub. You can get them right now at sundownunofficial.com. Several different versions available. We've got the American flag. We've got the cash money. We've got the unofficial, the only unofficial. You can get them as well as your other merch like tees, hoodies, and cool stuff at sundownunofficial.com. So this is the Nightshade 8, or a lot of times we abbreviate that short as just the NS-8, NS for Nightshade. It has a 3-inch voice coil, big 4-gauge Sundown terminals. We are powering our subs today with a classic. I'll show this again for y'all before we get started here with this next test. The Sundown Audio SAZ 1500, absolutely beautiful anniversary edition. These are on sale right now for only $279.95, and they are very powerful. They do way more than their rated 1500 watts. Amp Dyno video will be coming on Tuesday, showing off that beast of an amp. But $279.95 is an absolute steal for what it is. There's a link in the description. You can get it off of Amazon on Prime right now. All right, answer a few more questions, then we'll fire up this Nightshade. So the Z-8 is a 2.75-inch coil. The Nightshade 8 you see right here is a 3-inch coil. Yeah, this is still just all prototypes. None of these will be production parts. The cone surround, this will be changing. Actually, the motor will be changing. This was the NS-V5, the version 5 motor we had out when we first built this prototype a year or so ago. We're on an NS version 6 now, which looks very crazy. We'll be having some videos. I might start putting out some shorts of it next week, bring it here on the bench, play around with it. We'll see how that goes. So we do have NS-V6 prototypes in the works. I have 2 built here in the place. Motors coming in right now to start building them this summer. Yes, we do build these. We built these prototypes here in-house. And actually, you know, we end this video. We'll do this test real quick, and we might go show you all something else real quick. We'll see. But no exact specs, prices, ratings. It's all rough right now because these are all still prototypes. So here we go. Everything's hooked up, wired up. Let's go and flip our amp on. Fire this bad boy up. All right. All right, we're currently playing 20 hertz. Trying to get it stroking good. So we'll try and change the frequency. When I changed frequency earlier to 30 hertz, it looks like it got off with the frame rate. You couldn't really tell what it was doing. Yeah, it's making some mechanical noise. That's because we're sitting here free air. And again, keep in mind, guys, these are prototypes, and I'm not taking it easy on them. I think you can tell kind of from the video, we're stroking pretty good with this thing. I tell you what, we're gonna pull the camera out of its tripod real quick, so I can get in here real close. It's also going to be weird because this one doesn't have a logo on the dust cap. It's a plain black dust cap. But there you go. We'll get you a side shot. I know that frame rate's messing with it at 20 hertz. But so y'all can see the difference. We're at 30 hertz. 30 hertz really messes with the frame rate. And yeah, keep in mind, we're not in a box. There's no enclosure. So we're going to hear all that mechanical noise from back there on the back end. But there's 30 hertz. Looks like it's not moving at all, but it's stroking about 1.5 inches, top to bottom over here. All right, here we go. Now we're going to change up to 40 for a little bit. 40 should help get it back in view for that frame rate. No, it's not going to tear a spider. Them spiders aren't going to have any issue at all. Let's see, 40 hertz, send it. Yeah, I know people are complaining to me only playing 20 hertz, like there was something wrong with that. So here's 40 hertz, sending it pretty good. And we'll go back to 20 again real quick. But yeah, you're going to hear a lot of mechanical noise coming from that back end because it's not an enclosure. As soon as you mount an enclosure, all that noise will go away. That and the fact this is still a prototype, guys. Here we go. Let's get it moving good. How about that? Oh, let's go back to 20. Hold on. I forgot to repeat it. There we go. 20 hertz. Got her stroking good. All right. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that in the comments. Keep in mind, if you like what we do here, click that thumbs up button for us real quick, guys. I think y'all underestimate what it means to us content creators just for a simple thumbs up on there. All right, I'm going to mount my camera back in the tripod again real quick. So any more questions, throw them up. We've been live for 42, going on 43 minutes now, so it's probably time to call it. I'll go and set the subs back up here one more time for y'all so you can check them out. Let me disconnect this one real quick. So that is the Nightshade 8-inch prototype, 3-inch voice coil. Here is that Z 8-inch prototype, 2.75-inch voice coil. And one more time for reference, we'll slide that little E8 right there in between them. But y'all really get a feel for what kind of monster these things are. So is this for SQL or SPL? They're not for SPL as in burp applications. I guess you say more SQL. They will sound good, but they're meant to get loud. But they're meant to get loud playing music, not a burp, one-note wonder at a high frequency. As you see here, I'm beating up on them at 20, 30, 40 hertz. These will smash the lows very, very well. SDDN10, there are some short vids out right now. I don't know if I have one here on YouTube. I think I've got one on YouTube Reels or Facebook Reels or somewhere. But yeah, if not, I'll throw a short up here on YouTube tonight if it's not up here already. But check out the YouTube shorts here on the Sundown official channel. There should already be an SDDN 10-inch video kind of showing it off. If not, I know Sundown Audio Technical Support, Jerry's channel. Check him out on TikTok. He's got a pretty big TikTok channel. He's got some good videos of the SDDN 10 on there as well. Needs a more cosmetic motor. I'm going to guess you're talking about the Z-8 here. So the Z-8 will get a boot, just like you'll see on most of our other subs like this. This, again, prototypes. We're currently focusing on doing some R&D, some different testing. running some specs, testing out some thermal power limits, things like that. So no, we're not worried about the cosmetics yet as far as getting a motor boot. But since you speak of cosmetics, if you missed the shot earlier, we'll go and turn these babies around. Let you get a shot of that booty from the back end. I'll do the same thing with this nightshade here real quick. And what the hell, we'll do it with the E8 too. If it'll stay. There we go. Give it a shot of all three from the back. But yeah, if y'all like short vids, I'm starting to do more YouTube shorts on here. Got the TikTok channel going pretty good. If you like TikTok, go give us a follow over there, Sundown Unofficial. Trying to put a little more effort into different videos across different platforms. Instagram, Facebook, all that cool stuff. So this is it. We're 46, coming up on 47 minutes. So I think we're going to go ahead and end it. Any last minute questions, get them in quick. There is no ETA for the Z-8 or NS-8 yet. These are still prototypes. We're still doing a lot of various R&D testing on them. We just wanted to show you how things are going as we go, as we do our R&D process. In a nutshell, to explain how displacement can defeat cone area. Well, see if I got something that I can use for an example in here. Let me pull up another subwoofer to be a little bit easier to explain with. We'll talk about displacement versus cone area. And this might do it pretty good. So here's a 10. This is our SML shallow mount 10-inch subwoofer. It is a very shallow subwoofer. We'll throw a tape measure on it here. So we're sitting about, and I'm on my phone a little bit, we're sitting about 3 3/4 of an inch deep. This subwoofer obviously only has so much excursion to it. So it's only going to move so far. So even though we have a 10-inch cone, and we have that much cone area, it's only going to move so much. So when it comes to producing sound, that versus, say, this bad boy, which is a U 10-inch subwoofer. So they're both going to have similar cone area because they're both 10s, but one's going to move a lot more than the other. So even with similar cone area, when one moves more, it gets louder. We've done this in, I couldn't even tell you how many tests. I do a ton of SPL testing. If you're familiar with the channel, you're familiar with Project SPL, familiar with some of the other builds I've done. So yeah, I don't know how else to simplify it. But here's an example of cone area being near identical, but one sub's going to move a lot more than the other. It's going to get far more louder. What's going on with the yard sale? So there's going to be some major changes coming to the yard sale soon, I think. I'm not sure. We had a meeting about it last week. Don't think the changes are finalized yet, but the yard sale's kind of chilling in, I don't want to say limbo, so to speak. It's still there. It's still running. Still has some product on it. But we haven't done any major updates, so we figured out the changes we're going to make, and it'll be one major change all at one time. So that's what's up with the yard sale, but we'll likely, if I took a guess, I'd say within the next month to 2 months, there will be one really big major update and change going on with the yard sale. All right, so we'll throw these to the side. Final recap for everybody in the video, because some people like to skip to the end of long videos like that. Standard E8 subwoofer, like you would find. This is a really nice 8. Does really well. It's inexpensive, handles good power. But these are big bad boy 8s. Prototypes coming out. I don't even know if they'll be out this year. Maybe by the end of the year. If I want to play it safe, I'd say beginning of next year. So we got the big bad boy Z-8 here and NS-8 there compared to what you would see in a standard 8-inch in our E8. These are monsters. Going to be the biggest, baddest 8-inch subwoofers there are, period. I see area is not what determines SPL. I think you left out some words there. If you make cone area, which I kind of agree to you, cone area is just a small part of that equation. Say for us, I always speak it's overall displacement. Make an NS-12. Yes, we do make a Nightshade 12. They're available for purchase right now. I believe dealers like downforsoundshop.com has them in stock. So we make Nightshades currently in 10s, 12s, 15s, and 18s. The NSV5, I don't know who all has them in stock currently, but I believe downforsoundshop.com is going to be your best bet. The 6.5-inch subs, the new ones, they're on the way right now. I don't have a firm ETA yet, but again, I would say those probably within the next month to 2 months, we're expecting them in stock. But yeah, these are 8-inch subwoofers, biggest, baddest 8s going to be on the planet. I dare somebody to prove me otherwise. But again, they're only prototypes right now. Just want to share with y'all some of the prototype stuff, some of the R&D stuff. We're going to wrap this video up, guys. I appreciate y'all tuning in. If you would, click that thumbs up button for me. We got 146, 147 likes right now. We appreciate the feedback. I appreciate the comments, the questions, and even something as simple as clicking that like button, giving us thumbs up. Lets us content creators know that you appreciate what we're doing and motivates us to do better. So that's it. We're wrapping it up on the Friday night, guys. Y'all go have fun. I think I'm headed to the bar.